Yeah, we're going. Hi, welcome to Mr. Holt Maths, factorising quadratics. Bit of extra revision. I'm going to go through 3 examples. First one is something you see, x squared plus 10x plus 16 is 0. What you'll hear is a lot of people say, so we need to make something that times together to make this number and they add together to make this number. So if we list out all the possibilities that times together to make 16, you've got 1 and 16, you've got 2 and 8, you've got 4 and 4. What are you doing?
I'm so sorry. Okay,
You're still going?
Yeah.
That's fine then, right? So then, we look at these and we think, right, how can we make 10? Well, 1 and 16 is not going to work. 2 and 8 will if they're both positive. So we're going to use this. So what we do is now we break down the 10x into 2 and 8x. So it becomes x squared plus 2x plus 8x plus 16 is 0. So all we've done is break that down. And then we need to factorise the middle bits. So we've got the first section and the second section. And we need to factorise those 2 bits separately. So we can take out a factor of x in both of them. And that becomes x plus 2. And then in this one, we can take out a factor of 8. And that's left with x plus 2. We know we've done it right because those brackets are both the same. So we've actually now got our 2 answers. One bracket is going to be x plus 8. And the other bracket is our x plus 2. So we end up with x plus 8 and x plus 2. It's 0, so that's a factorising done. To solve it, we've got to think, well, this bracket times this bracket equals 0. Anything times 0 is 0. So you think, what would I put in this bracket to make 0? Something plus 8 is 0. So in this case, x would have to be minus 8, negative 8. And in this case, x would have to be negative 2. So it can be 2 answers. We're going to use the same method for a harder one, where there's a coefficient of x squared, so a number in front of x squared. The only difference on this one is we're going to do 2 times by the negative 10 first, and that's what we've got times to make, and that's what we've got to add to make. Remembering that negative x, or take away x, is the same as take away 1x. So numbers that times together to make that, we've got 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 4 and 5, and I need to get to negative 1. So I'm going to use negative 5 and positive 4. The others won't work. So I'm going to rewrite the question where they're my new x. So 2x squared plus 4x minus 5x take away 10 is 0. Do the same thing as last time. Factorise the first bit. Factorise the second bit. It's going to be a bit harder though because we've got a negative this time. So I've got a 2 and an x in this one. So I'm left with x plus 2. And in this one, I've got a 5. Wait, that's wrong. Take away 5 brackets x plus 2. And that's where the mistakes are made. I just made it. It happens. So the negative times a positive would make your negative. We know we've done it right, the brackets are the same, so you can see that we've got 2x minus 5 and our other bracket of x plus 2. So we put them in. X plus 2. Alright, so from the last example you can see that that's going to be x take away x equals negative 2. That's the easy one. On this one, there's actually a complex reason, but we'll go into the tricks, because everyone likes tricks. X equals, change the sign, positive, and put that number under that number. Positive 5 over 2. And there's your 2 answers. We've got one more, it's a special case. And you'll always see something like this, x squared, take away 49. It could be any other number. You'll always find that's a square number. It's always a square number. And you always just think, well, what's the square root of 49? And that's right, it's 7. So x plus 7, x take away 7 if we said it equals 0. So x equals 7 or negative 7. So you could have negative 64, so it would be 8 and 8, negative 100, 10 and 10. Any square number works. And that's it from me. Hope that helped. See you later.